New Japan has had a rather disappointing luck for them in the recent times. Japan constantly going into state of emergencies due to COVID practices being, well, COVID stuff. And yeah, their top stars getting sick. Okada was one of them. Then injuries start happening. Will Ospreay got hurt, so that didn't help. And he was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, aka the champion of the butterfly neck tattoo. Um, I still don't like the design. Uh, like even like Ibushi, like several of New Japan's top stars have been rather di- disliking the title change design, or even the retirement of the old classic belt and the intercontinental belt. To the point that I'm thinking, when are they gonna cave in? When his management they're gonna cave in and give them like, okay, fine, you can have the two titles back. This isn't working. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna be for a long time. Probably, like probably the IC title will come back, but this title it's pretty much not. It's pretty much never gonna be the old classic belt that people were used to. It's just save on people, and probably they should probably get a different design. But yeah. Ibushi dropped the title to Osprey, who then got injured because of course he did. Jay Whitehall got sick. Okada got sick for a bit. Like several top stars got sick. Stadium shows were canceled. Uh, it's just bad all around. Like New Japan has struggled these last couple of months with the COVID pandemic and injuries and plagues and whatnot on that front. So yeah, originally was going to be Will Ospreay versus Okada, is now going to instead be Kazuchika Okada versus Shingo Takagi. Shingo Takagi! I don't know why I get dramatic and try to sound like I'm an anime character or screaming these people's names. I don't know why. I think it's just their names that make me just think this is like an anime, and I'm just ready to start screaming at the top of my lungs. Now you have a very capped Dominion event with only 3,000 people instead of the usual 11 to 12,000 people. So that certainly didn't help matters. That sucks, doesn't it? That you're getting a much different event. Certain stars are sick. The never open weight title is currently disappeared. The tag belts aren't there. There's only 5 matches instead of 7. That's actually kind of shocking. And the top stars are either in tag matches, hurt, sick, or in this case, well, injured. So, yeah, you have in a match that only consisted of 5 matches, 2 of which were tag team matches, and only one other one besides the world title belt, being the junior heavyweight title belt. Yeah, it's not looking good for New Japan right now. Like, they don't have their never titles, they don't have their open weight titles, they don't have their tag titles. It's just bad. So, yeah, and you kind of feel sorry for them a little bit on that front. And now we just want COVID to end quicker and whatnot, and just like get everything back on some more normalcy. Like nothing's going to be the same after COVID's over with, but yeah. So Okada takes on Takagi, in what would be their third overall match between each other throughout their entire illustrious career here in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, I looked it up. So they've only had 2 single matches up to this point. The rest are all tag team affiliation. So yeah, that's saying something. Man, and the last time they encountered was, if my records are correct on Cage Match. Let's double check just to be safe. The last encounter was back in March, and then before that was October of 2020. So that's saying something. And before that, it was 2019 in a tag team match with 4 people, a 4-man tag team match. So yeah, we kind of got some things here with that. Okay. So this is officially the rubber match, the match to end all matches between the two. Finally decide who's the world champion. Is it going to be Okada? Is it going to be Shingo Takagi? And by God, this is... Or will it be Kenny, by God, Omega, who is lurking in the shadows, waiting for his opportunity to strike? Because me and several friends talked about this, and I'll get to Kate, and I need to get to Casey about something. Oh god, he's gonna laugh when he sees this video. Um, I was thinking Okada was gonna win this. Like, he's the reliable guy. He was the guy that was supposed to, carry a freaking torch to the Olympics, which tells about his power in Japan. I thought he was gonna get the win here. I really did. I thought Okada, like, oh, he's the guy we like. He's the guy we rely on. He's the guy that we rely on when everything else goes to hell. So we need to rely on our old cash cow, even though the commentators really did not really make this work on some aspect. I'll get to that, but let me talk about the commentators for a second. Okay, one of the English commentators, why did it sound like Casey from ATW? Like, ATW, which is on Noah Foster's channel, the commentator, I don't know who it is, sounded so much like Casey from ATW Views. I don't know what the heck happened. Was I like, so what? Casey got a job in Japan? My God, that explains why he's disappeared from Twitter off the time and is only in the DMs. He's commentating for New Japan. The bastard. Nah, I'm kidding. Anyways, but yeah, the voice was strangely like Casey's, and that was just hilarious to me. Oh man. Oh man. And the English commentators were saying, Kazuchika Okada is acting strangely out of character, and I was like, he had a character? Because let's be real, Okada as the Rainmaker, that's just there for like I said this like Will Ospreay, like the Will Ospreay match he had. It feels, I don't know what Okada's character is at this point. Okada's the Rainmaker, but what the hell does that even mean? I mean, like, I look at Shingo Takagi, and like, he looks like he has a character. Okada's just, oh well, he's a superstar. He has the it factor. Okay, what else has he got? Well, he's got an impressive moveset and got a ton of charisma. Okay, what's his character? Like, I don't know if this is just the distance I have with Japan wrestling and American wrestling. If that's the reason, I apologize. But it's like there are characters in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I can look at Jay Whitehall and think, yeah, he has a character. Hiroshi Tanahashi, aging veteran who still wants to prove he can go. Okay, that's a character. Shingo Takagi, he has enough looking like of a character. Evil, even, he has a character. What's Okada's character? Like, okay, he dresses up in expensive clothing for his entrances. Okay, that sounds like a heel, like, those evil, those psychopathic rich 1% heels that think of, I am the best, which means I must come out as the best. But Okada's a face, so you're just like, okay, we're trying something different, but like I said, the only time Okada had a character was when he dropped the belt to Omega. And for a year, he went ballistically insane and had this identity crisis because he went through 2 years being world champ. Then he lost it all within over an hour and went through this identity crisis, dyed his hair, wore long clothing, and just went cartoonishly insane at times because he can't imagine he's precious without him. But then after he won the belt from Jay Whitehall, he just went back to being the Rainmaker, the guy who has belts for legs, who like, oh god, it's just so infuriating. Like, I can't really describe him as a character. It's just, oh, it's Okada. Like, so when the commentators try and say he's acting out of character, wait, you mean to tell me he had a personality before? Then what's it? What's this when he's trying? When he's not even trying? Okay. So yeah, and yeah, WWE wants to partner with this company, and I'm like, yeah, good fucking luck with that. Anyways, so yeah, I really did think Shingo Takagi wasn't gonna win the title, and Okada was gonna be given the belt because he's Okada. He's their safe bet. We haven't relied on Shingo Takagi as world champ. We never even gave him the IC or the world or the heavyweight championship when they were separate titles. But nope, they instead said we're gonna hedge our bets to Shingo Takagi, and if I'm correct, his entrance theme indicated video said he's part of Los Ingobernables, which is awesome. Which means I can now imagine Andrade showing up down the road and challenging him. But yeah, oh god, and the money clip finisher. I know I'm going back to Okada. Like, no, the money clip submission move is it's not a good finisher. Like at least oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. The Judas effect at least feels convincing to be a finisher when you hear the loud crack in the wind, bashing someone's skull in with an elbow. That at least sounds convincing. Money clip is like, oh, it's a hammer lock, chin lock city, and I'm like, wow, I didn't think it was possible to make a finishing move bland. Oh man, I'm probably gonna be killed by the New Japan fanatics and tribalists. Oh god, it's just I like Okada, I really do. It's just I want him to have a bit more of a personality. Like the guy's been set back in recent times since we're like, don't we can handle this champ. We don't need you this much. So should this be like a time to start reinventing himself, go back to being a little crazy, or go heel even? Like he's been a face for 10 years now, I think. Don't you think this should be time for like let's take the risk, let's turn him heel and just go all out with this and see if we can turn chaos into an actual force of chaos? Because why else would we call a faction chaos if it's not villainous? That's like calling retribution a freedom fighter movement. I'm like that would actually work. I'm like in context with that name, but like retribution usually is associated with evil in wrestling for some reason. But Shingo Takagi, he finally won the title. Yeah, he turns out he never won. He like I said, he never won the title before. He never won the world title or IC title. And I looked it up. He's also now the apparently, according to Wikipedia's articles, I that could have been wrong though. That he is now officially the first ever New Japan. He's the first ever wrestler of New Japan Pro Wrestling and Dragon Gate to hold their world titles, which means we can brag, which we do. And following that event, Shingo Takagi has called out Kota Ibushi. And I was thinking to myself, it would kind of be kind of awesome if Kota, had involvement in this match, make it a triple threat match and do some insanity. And, like, I don't know why New Japan doesn't, like, do it with multi-man matches that much when it comes to their world title. Like they do it for tag team matches, they do it for their junior heavyweight belt, but like I think only Kenny Omega versus Cody versus Kota was the only triple threat match for the world title equivalent. I, I think at least. Am I wrong? Who knows? But I do want to bring this up. Okay, I'm gonna say it. The Rainmaker is honestly the worst protected finisher in wrestling. Like he hits the guy twice, gets back up and does his own Rainmaker, and I'm just like, oh god. I mean, like, Kenny Omega, he brags about no one has ever kicked out of the One Winged Angel, but that's kind of his character because no one has kicked out of the One Winged Angel, save for one, Kota Ibushi! And he doesn't want to admit to that because if he does, that means it shows weakness. So he's like arrogant jackass for character reasons. So he's in denial about Kota being the one that kicked out of the One Winged Angels. So he can't do that. It goes against who he is, or else he'll have to admit he's flawed and he has a weakness. Which I'm still saying, Hangman's the next person, so I'm still rooting for that. And plus, I thought, like I said, I did think Okada was going to win the belt and then probably drop it to Omega. Yeah, I really did think that. Like, they said the partnerships were happening, and since Tony Khan bragged about how I got a whole bunch of other plans, yeah, I got some other plans. Tony Khan, and there's only room for one Khan in wrestling. I'm like, not Khan Man. We have Vince to do that for us. And probably Gato recently with how he's been booking the shows. I kid on Gato. Oh man, New Japan's really issuing it has problems all around on this. Sucks for them. And the energy's not there. The crowd is not blowing up every time. Like, I feel like the state, like, I can understand, I can forgive that at least because COVID's still a problem in Japan. The country is constantly going into a state of emergency, so they have to cut down crowd sizes. So they're kind of in a bad state like America was in for like much longer than it probably should have been, which is sad and depressing and makes me sad and wondering how we got to this point, how it took so long, and why we could have just done this like several months earlier and then we could have moved on from this. But I don't want to get political on that. Like, I want to see Okada take the ceremonial flame and run to the tower and light it on fire. I was ready to. I was half tempted to watch the Olympics just to see Okada make the journey to light the torch, to symbolize the torch. I declare the Olympics open! A goal anime with how he talks. Yeah, like, Okada felt very anime-ish a little bit more here, for me, at least, from what I've seen in Okada's matches. Like, yeah, like, a lot of yelling when he's doing a chop. Oh, man, it's just hilarious a little bit. It's like, they're like, okay, we need to give Okada a character. Can you scream a lot? Because loud noises equals wrestling ratings. So, like, they probably watched Retribution and realized we can use screaming as a personality, right? Okay, I'm just laughing around on this. So, yeah, it looks like Shingo Takagi is going to defend the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Kota Ibushi. And we'll see how long that reign lasts. And if Kota wins, then we'll probably predict Kenny Omega's coming for him. Like, I'm Kenny Omega, I'm coming for you. Good night. And goodbye. Bang. And whatnot. So get ready for whatever happens here. I know I'm going scatterbrain on this. I'm just having fun regarding the Kazuchika Okada stuff. But yeah, the match itself was pretty damn good. It really was. And I did feel like the slog fest that was Jay Whitehall and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Like, they kept going. Shingo Takagi moving like a jet. Like, wow. Like, and I'm thinking, and WWE thinks we can take our wrestlers and have them fight them. We are so stubborn. And I really don't want to talk about WWE after their terrible press conference they had, the media call they had with Triple H. Oh, God, that was terrible. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it off this. Okay, this was the Reality Entertainment. The WrestleVerse presents Kazuchika Okada versus Shingo Takagi at New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out the content in the description below. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace and take care, everybody, and stay safe, especially in Japan. We're going to need a lot of the help we can get.